Okay, let's talk about something huge that's coming. A massive change is on the way that's going to affect how every single Nigerian handles their money. It doesn't matter if you earn a salary, run a small shop, or have a side hustle, this brand new tax law is about to impact your finances. So let's dive in and break down exactly what this means for you.
Let me start with a question that, might sound a little too good to be true. What if you could pay absolutely zero, nothing, in income tax on your salary? Well, for millions of Nigerians, this isn't a dream. It's about to become a reality, and it's right at the heart of this massive tax reform.
All right, get your calendars out and circle this date, January 1st, 2026. That is the day these new tax rules officially kick in for everybody. The whole idea here is to take a really complicated system and make it way simpler so it's easier for all of us to understand and follow.
So let's start with the place this is going to hit home for most people first, your paycheck. This right here is the magic number, 800,000 naira. If your total income for the year is this much or less, you will no longer pay any personal income tax, period. This is a total game changer, especially for anyone on minimum wage or earning a lower salary. You see, this is a really big shift in thinking. The old way, pretty much everyone paid some kind of income tax, no matter how little they were making. But this new system, it creates a kind of safety net for lower incomes, while at the same time, it asks people who earn more to contribute a bigger share. And Professor Muhammad Tanko really sums it up perfectly here. The whole idea is to rebalance the tax burden. It's being lifted off the shoulders of people with the lowest incomes and shifted a bit more towards those who have a better capacity to pay. Okay, so that covers salary earners. But what about, the real engine of Nigeria's economy? The small businesses, the entrepreneurs, the market traders. Well, there are some pretty big changes coming for them, too.
First things first, the law changes the very definition of a small company. If your business's turnover, the total money it makes in a year, is 50 million naira or less, you are now officially in this category. And that's a big jump from the old limit of 25 million.
And here is where the really good news kicks in. If your business qualifies as small, you now pay zero. That's right, zero company income tax. That's a huge weight off your shoulders. And on top of that, they're removing that from more essential items. This means things like basic food, medicines, and school supplies should get more affordable for everyone, which helps ease the cost of living a little bit.
Okay, so we've talked about all the good stuff. But the new law also comes with some very, very important new responsibilities for everyone. So you're going to want to pay close attention to this next part, especially when it comes to your bank account and any side hustles you have going on.
Now, this is a massive change, and it affects everybody. In the past, a lot of people just kind of operated outside the formal tax system. Under this new law, that's no longer an option. It is now mandatory for every single adult to register for tax, no matter what your job is or how much you earn.
So what does this actually mean for you day to day? Let's break it down. Step 1, you absolutely need a tax identification number, or TIN, and it has to be linked to your bank account. Step 2, you are now responsible for filing your own annual tax return. You can't just rely on your boss to do it anymore. And step 3, and this is a big one, you have to declare all your income. That means your salary from your main job, any money you make from a side business, freelance work, even profits you might make from things like crypto. Everything has to be on the table.
All right, I know that was a lot of information, so let's just pull it all together into a quick summary of the key things you really need to know and what you need to do to get ready.
Let's just quickly run through the timeline. The laws were signed back in June 2025. There's a new deadline for employers on January 31st. But the big date for you to remember is January 1st, 2026. That's D-Day. That's when all these new rules go into full effect for everybody.
So, here's your practical to-do list, your checklist to get ready for 2026. Number 1, if you don't have a tax ID number, go get one now. Number 2, double check with your bank to make sure they have it. Number 3, get into the habit of tracking all your income sources, not just your paycheck. And finally, start getting familiar with how to file your own tax return, because you're gonna have to do it. At the end of the day, this whole thing is really about trying to create a tax system that's simpler, more open, and ultimately fairer, where everyone contributes their proper share. It's bringing some relief for some people and new responsibilities for absolutely everyone. So I guess the only question left is, are you ready for it?